Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Quickly to the air is Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Let's go. Let's go right here.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. On first down, Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
From the 39, Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be...
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Cortland Sutton, 47 yards. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Vegas. 68 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1. Jacobs again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They go play action with Wilson. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Now Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned the ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, It's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on a skill position.
Touchdown, Broncos. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam from 3 yards out. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football. And right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7.
Let's go do this thing, baby. Do your thing. That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. I got you, baby. Come on, baby. Rock and roll. What's the deal, man?
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Play action. Now it's Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Keelan Cole, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's going to let it go again. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Hamler. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. They go play action now. Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Beck. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Carr now to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Carr going to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They go with Jacobs, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Randy Gregory coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Well, their first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Wilson. This is Hamler on the crossing route. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 7 yards there, good enough to move the Stix.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Albert Okuebunan, the intended target. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A give to Williams, running right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Let's go. It's showtime, baby. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this. Let's be perfect. Me and you, baby. Me and you. Let's go.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a play fake. Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Broncos got themselves a star when they took Williams early in the 2nd round in 2021. He finished 3rd among rookies and 13th in the league in rushing, despite splitting carries in the Denver backfield. They've clearly positioned him to be their bell cow this season. 1,000 yards, the bare minimum of what they expect from him in this campaign.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Wilson. Touchdown! Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
You ready to roll?
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's go. Let's go right here. Let's get something going now. Let's get it. They can't beat us straight up. Make a play ball, baby. This is where you step up. Right there. Step up. Right there.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing is Wilson. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Cortland Sutton has shown plenty of times that he's a big-time player, capable of making the plays that you need to be a wide receiver 1 in this league. Now his goal is to return to his 2019 Pro Bowl form. 776 yards in 2021. He picks up a first down there.
Wilson got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now it's Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half.
All right, look at one play at a time, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Get something going now. We're waiting on nobody else to make it. You make the play. Let's go, fellas. Me and you, baby. Me and you. Let's hit it. You get it, babe.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
What's the deal, y'all?
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Washington now brings this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. He'll get that complete to Albert O.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. That's out to the flat for Gordon. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open.
But Josh McDaniels, he had his mind made up on that one. He disagrees, and he'll throw the challenge flag.
Let's go.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They go play action now. Wilson. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, Williams. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Randy Gregory, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. They find some open field here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Well, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken in at the 3. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On second down, Gordon once more. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Looking sideline, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. The quick feet by Jackson. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Now Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not.
Touchdown, Broncos! Jerry Jeudy from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Get him going, baby. Let's go.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Throwing now is Carr. He's got Renfro on the out route. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 36, Carr. This is screen to Abdullah. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now Carr. He completes it to Abdullah. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Carr, got to have this one. He sets to fire deep. Sideline throw, it's tipped, but he's still got it. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Carr going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams, 39 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From midfield, here's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk. 17 yards there on 4th down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Play action. Now it's Carr. He hits Adams, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Carr again. A dump off for Abdullah. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. but I think it counts.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.